Yes, hello everyone. My name is Roman Demchuk. I'm currently a citizen of the United States of America, living in California, Sacramento. Currently I am in Malawi, a city of Blantyre, which is one of the biggest cities in Malawi. We are here with Water and Medical Project International Organization, which is a non-profit organization that is doing a water and medical projects here in Malawi. I think Malawi, what I expected Malawi to be, I expected it to be a very poor country. I expected it to be actually worse than what it is. I expected it because of the stories that people die out of hunger and stuff, but we definitely didn't see any of that here because they had a very good crops last year, so people are a little bit better off, but it's still it's especially the village areas are really bad. Yeah, so some of the things that I expected, they are even worse, and some of the things that I expected, they are a little bit better than what I expected. So it's lopsided kind of. There's two sides to what I expected Malawi to be. Very poor. Very poor country. Village and even the city, the biggest city, very poor. People still live in this small one-room houses or two-room houses. A lot of them have grass roofs. There's no floors. There's no such things in the village, especially as a floor. Very dirty. People, a lot of kids barefoot, and even adults, a lot of adults barefoot. Very interesting culture with its unique things. Shocking, definitely shocking. They still, if you drive a car in the village, whatever people are doing, they would still stop and look. So it's still kind of a new thing to them, especially where whenever they see white people, they would just like stop from whatever they would be doing, and they would still like look and give you a nice gaze that follows you. Definitely the country needs the poverty level is very high, so the country needs to get out of poverty, which is the biggest tasks for missionaries, for all of us, for me, and for everybody that's working here. I think my favorite part of the trip was doing medical treatment. I certainly enjoyed it. It was very tough. It was hard, physically hard. The first day, and I was some points I was left on my own because Tim had to go take care of other things, my leader. So I was kind of in charge of the medical tent, and the first day I went to a lot of patients, a lot of different cases. It was tiring, and the second day I started early in the morning and went on to night. We were working later with a flashlight towards the night because the line, the amount of people, it was just unending. I think we could have spent another week there, 3 people. Because from the first day I had 45 minutes line, the people that signed up already for the next day, and at like 2 p.m. I came out, and I've treated probably 30 people by 2 p.m. and I came out and there's more than 45 people, so it was an unending line. It was difficult. We only had maybe like 10 or 15 minutes lunch during the day. It was very hot in the tent, but with the Lord's help, I've been able to see a lot of patients, a lot of wounds that got treated. I think we came across leprosy case, we came across a lot of mental illnesses, a lot of rotten feet and fingers that are falling off, and the worst thing you can think, a lot of burns, infected wounds, cardiovascular, respiratory problems, and whatever you can just think of. But it was tiring, but it was awesome. I loved it, absolutely loved it. We prayed for people. I told people to come back, we'll pray for them. So we utilized our medical skills as well as we utilized our spiritual skills given to us by God in order to help all the individuals, whether they had physical, spiritual, or soul problem. Surely I would. I definitely would go back. I just think that each mission field has its own approaches. One of the very important parts that I've learned here is the approach that you use in order to be a missionary in Malawi, or I even believe in all Africa. So one of the things that we did was good, but another thing for me that was good that I learned. We Americans, we often want to just put money, pull out your dollar and give it away, and let's just, but here in Malawi you got to be very careful with that. And before you do something, even what might seem to you very good and very nice, and you feel so compassionate and you just want to do it, you have to think twice, 7 times before you do something, because in the long run it might harm your ministry, it might harm people's development or progression out of poverty. We shouldn't be, I think if I would be coming back, I would be very careful not to develop in people a dependency syndrome, which is due to our quick actions. That we just pull out our dollar, we give it away, and then people start depending on us, and that impedes people's progression or development out of poverty. So there would certainly, the missionaries that come here, they should learn these kind of things and be careful how they approach mission. We saw the definitely we sowed the seed, we plant the seed, and the Lord is growing it, and we preach the gospel, which is very good. But in regards to social infrastructural things, social things, we have to be very careful how we work as a missionaries, because gospel is the first thing for us, and the second thing, we want this country to help get out of poverty. We want this country to develop its infrastructural infrastructure, and so it would be a country that is getting out of this poverty and this whatever they are in right now. So definitely, yeah, I don't want missionaries that come here, and me including, to put people more into poverty, but actually help them to come up by teaching them. I've talked to one missionary. He's been here for 6 years, and I've asked him, what is the worst thing they can do in Malawi as a missionary? And he said very wise words. He said the worst thing you can do for them is to do something for them. You gotta, instead of catching fish for them, you gotta give them fishing pole that they would go and do it themselves, and you can just guide them and show them how to do it, but don't do it for them.